Okay, welcome back, everyone. Mobile Teaching Kitchen is a project of the NNEdPro, the Global Center for Nutrition and Health, United Kingdom, and award-winning interdisciplinary think tank, training academy, and knowledge network anchored in Cambridge. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome by Skype connection the founding chair and the executive director of NNEdPro, Professor Sumantra Ray. Professor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. So I'm just going to switch from my video to the slideshow, if that's okay.
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 Can you see my slides?
Not yet.
Okay, one moment. How about now?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. Can you see the slides and hear me?
Perfect.
Excellent. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story of mobile teaching kitchens. I'm a member of the advisory panel for the SafeWater GCRF, and I'm based in Cambridge, but I also have a part-time appointment as Professor of Global Nutrition, Health and Disease at Ulster University, which is the lead university for the SafeWater GCRF. So I'm representing the NNEdPro Global Center for Nutrition and Health. And as I explained, my background is global nutrition. I'm a licensed medical doctor as well as a public health nutritionist. I know the Ulster Latin America SafeWater GCRF is very much about safe water, but today I'd like to talk to you about adequate nutrition, which I suppose is one of the key accompaniments that goes along with safe water to have safe and effective access to nutrition. I just want to acknowledge some of our key strategic partners before I start, and also explain that all partners work together to form what is essentially a think tank that's anchored in Cambridge, but we like to work without borders. So we've been working on our mission of improving global access to nutrition education as well as resources for 11 years now. So I just wanted to explain a little bit about the Cambridge GCRF, which actually has a link with mobile teaching kitchens. So this GCRF was awarded at the same time as SafeWater, so it's 2017 to 21, and it's known as Tigris and is focused on India, particularly transforming India's green revolution in relation to sustainable food supplies. So in this GCRF, I'm co-leading flagship project 6, which looks at impacting well-being in rural and urban communities using education, empowerment, and entrepreneurship, leading to improved human nutrition. And interestingly, safe water has also come up in our GCRF because obviously when we improve access to nutrition in urban and rural areas, we also need to think about access to safe water. But I'm going to focus specifically on mobile teaching kitchens as one project within the range of initiatives that form the GCRF. And this is just an acknowledgement of some of the key colleagues who've been involved in preparing this presentation. So the Mobile Teaching Kitchens project is known as Bhavishya Shakti. It's located in prototype form in Kolkata in India. And it started with landscaping activities in 2015, which identified undernutrition, wasting, and stunting as key problems, and also pockets of metabolic syndrome. So this led to a teaching kitchen project which actually operates through a see one, do one, teach one model. And the purpose of talking to you about this project is because we see an opportunity in Brazil to actually pilot an adapted version of the mobile teaching kitchens. Recently, we were in Brazil in May, and with the help of University of Sao Paulo and the FIA Business School, we launched a regional network in Brazil to help support the possibility of starting mobile teaching kitchens. And two of my Brazilian colleagues who are coordinating aspects of our network will join some of the proceedings, I believe, on Friday, the technical visit as well as the visit to the favelas to do a further scoping exercise of whether we could set up a mobile teaching kitchen initiative in parallel with the other activities of SafeWater. Can you see my slides, the types of data? Yep, okay, perfect. So the different types of data that we have been collecting in the mobile teaching kitchens in India. So the prototype being in Kolkata, which is an urban model. And then we have also started a rural model in the state of Punjab. And we will have two more rural models in the states of Orissa and Telangana. So these are all different agroecological zones within India, which, as you can imagine, like Brazil, is a large landmass with lots of different demographics, but also different topographies. But one of the things that remains the same, no matter where we do this, are the data that we collect. So we do a physical assessment, we do a cognitive assessment, we do focus groups, and we collect demographic data. I'm not going to go into detail, but maybe if there are questions, I can elaborate later on. Again, this slide shows a data collection protocol. I'm not going to go into detail, but this is only to demonstrate to you that we have quite a well thought through protocol of data collection around harmonization visits, see one, do one, and teach one visits, where we're actually undertaking skills transfer from trainers to the community. And then we do focus groups as well as pre and post evaluation data collection. So most of the data is quantitative, some of it is semi-qualitative, but again can be analyzed in quantitative fashion. So the exciting thing after the initial development of the mobile teaching kitchen and the transmission of knowledge to train a group of mothers from 2 urban slums to actually enable them to become culinary health educators was a second stage, and that is development of micro enterprise to actually make these women from urban slums self-sufficient and give them the ability to use this mobile unit not only to sell food in the form of fresh, nutritious, healthy and tasty meals, but also to serve education or knowledge to the communities that they are living and working in, but also the communities that they are serving using this mobile unit. So that led to a micro enterprise model, and over the past 6 months we had 10 pilot sessions. We collected customer satisfaction data and also noted a number of other parameters. And this is just a paper that we presented recently at the Society for Nutrition Education and Behavior in Orlando. And in fact, there were a number of colleagues from University of Sao Paulo also at that conference. And here we looked at the efficacy of the mobile teaching kitchen model. And the conclusion was an overall improvement in clinical status, nutrition knowledge, and also looking at the evaluation of the microenterprise phase. There was an overwhelmingly positive response from all of the customers to whom these mothers served up not only meals, but nutrition education. And we received some discriminatory feedback, which has helped us to fine-tune the model, particularly in terms of the appearance of the mobile unit, novelty, different aspects of hygiene, price, professionalism, so on and so forth. But we piloted various different locations, and there were no significant differences in ratings between locations, suggesting that this model is ready to expand to other places. This is an example of a template meal, which is prepared on a budget of 30 to 40 rupees, which is actually only it's less than 50 pence or less than 50 US cents. So you can imagine it's very cheap, yet at the same time, locally sourced nutritious foods. And this mobile unit has a fixed amount of fresh water that it can use. So all of these meals use very limited amounts of fresh water, which can be stored in a purpose-built tank. This is another template which is nutritionally equivalent to the first template, but again, different distribution of items. You can see that it's a very plant-based diet. And again, same cost price, very cheap, nutritious, tasty meals that these mothers from urban slums have been taught to prepare, but also sell along with key health education messages. The important thing is these templates provide 80% of the daily protein requirements and almost 100% of the daily micronutrient requirements, which is vitamins and minerals. This is another template which is based on, again, a wheat-based diet. And this is a template based on millets. And again, in India, there is a problem, particularly in semi-arid regions where the water table is quite low and where rainfall is limited. So millets are a crop which can substitute other crops like wheat and rice and actually have far greater nutritional value. So the nutritional benefits are really, as I said, the protein, moderate amounts of good fat, low in carbohydrate, but rich in micronutrients. So, and here is just an image from the mobile teaching kitchen as it's situated in a slum area. So this is quite a crowded slum in Kolkata. Kolkata, formerly known as Calcutta, is a city of 30 million people. So you can imagine 30 million is like the population of a whole country, but we have 30 million people in a single city, and there's a lot of migration from neighboring Bangladesh. But you can see the mobile unit's engineered in a way that it can easily get into small spaces, and we're hoping that we can adapt and pilot this in the favelas in and around Sao Paulo in future. So that's my presentation, but if we have time, there's a short video which you can watch, and I think the video is available on the other side. So maybe I'll request Paolo to play the video if we have time. If we don't have time, then I'm happy to take questions.
Okay, Professor, we are going to show your video.
Okay, thank you.
খালধারে থাকি, বাবুর বাড়ি কাজ করি। আর এই খালধারেই আমরা ছোটো থেকে মানুষ হয়েছি, বড়ও হয়েছি, বিয়েও হয়েছে, সংসার হয়েছে, ছেলে মেয়ে হয়েছে। এদেরকে নিয়ে এইখানে পড়ে আছি। আজ আমার 40 বছর বয়স, 45 বছর বয়স। এখানটায় আছি, কোনো সহযোগিতাই কারোর পাইনি। রান্নাঘরের ব্যাপারটা হলো যে আমরা বাড়িতে বসে থাকি, অনেক রকম তো আমরা নিজেদের মতন ওই যে খেটে বেটে খেয়ে নিই। এটা তো জানতে পারলে হয়তো এসে এখানে একটু সময় কাটাবো, একটু শিখলাম, একটু এই কথাবার্তা বলতে আমাদের খুব ভালো খারাপ হবে, এটা ভালো।
A real pleasure and privilege to be here today at the site of the NNEdPro Mobile Teaching Kitchen Micro Enterprise launch in the IT sector of the Salt Lake area within Golgotha City.
দিদিরা শেখাচ্ছে, আমি পুষ্টিকর জিনিস পাচ্ছি এবং আমার বাচ্চাকেও পুষ্টিকর খাবারটা খাওয়াচ্ছি এবং আশেপাশে অনেক লোককেও বলছি যে এই পুষ্টিকর খাবার যারা জানে না তাদেরকেও আমি জানাচ্ছি।
very much. Happy to take any questions.
Okay, Professor, could you turn on your image, please?
Yep, one moment.
Okay. Let's take a few minutes for questions, and I invite Professor Vanessa Ross to make this period of time, please.
Perguntas?
Hello.
Hi, Sumantra. My name is Mike Brennan. I'm from the business school at Ulster University. I was intrigued to see this example of a micro-enterprise. I'm just wondering, what was the input of your colleagues in terms of entrepreneurship who were from the business school that you're associated with?
Sorry, input of which colleagues?
You were saying you had colleagues from a business school?
Oh, yes. So, we have been working with the Judge Business School in Cambridge for many years because some time ago we realized that providing technical knowledge on nutrition, no matter which level we provide it at, whether it's at the level of someone at grassroots or even a professional, if we don't provide some leadership or entrepreneurship training with that, generally people are unable to take their newfound knowledge and actually navigate some of the sort of barriers and facilitators that could allow them to take that knowledge into action. So in terms of the micro-entrepreneurship model, so what we're trying to do in this instance is develop a self-sustaining enterprise. And I'm very pleased to say that just a few days ago, in fact, I'm just back from India a day ago, and just a few days ago, the trained mothers from these two urban slums launched a cooperative society, which they themselves are leading. And really what's happening is they are, by actually selling these fresh, healthy, tasty meals, not only bringing income to themselves and their families, but they're also actually investing in their own community in other things. And interestingly, one of the things that they are investing in is actually safe potable water.
Right.
So because that goes hand in hand with nutrition.
And did you find that it was business planning, business models, or micro?
Yeah, so we use the business canvas model to sort of do an initial, and it so happens that I myself have qualifications in management and enterprise, so that actually helps with some of the thinking. So we use the business canvas model to sort of look at who the potential customers could be, what their pains and gains could be. And now the cooperative society is in the form of putting together a sort of model of radials. So they have different activities and they're looking at return on investment for different aspects of the radials with sort of 6-month compartments. So they're looking at which activities could help them break even in the next 6 months and which activities could then bring further income in the 6 months after that. And so they're focusing their efforts proportionately.
That's very interesting. We're doing the business model canvas tomorrow at this session, so it's a ubiquitous approach to doing this. So it's very interesting to hear your experiences, and it's a fantastic initiative. I'm very impressed with the mobile kitchen idea. So thank you very much for showing that and sharing that with us. Thank you.
And very happy to reprise when in Coleraine or in Belfast, as I am there often.
I'd love to meet you. Thanks very much for that.
Okay, no more questions. Thank you very much, Professor Sumantra. We're going to shut down our connection, okay?
Just one comment before you shut down
to
say that
please.
My colleagues Fernanda and Claudia, who are both from Sao Paulo, so Fernanda is a logistics coordinator for our network, and Claudia is a scientific coordinator she is also a PhD student at University of Sao Paulo. So they'll be joining on Friday. And if any of you have any thoughts and ideas on how we could adapt and pilot a mobile teaching kitchen model alongside SafeWater in Sao Paulo state, then please do share with Claudia and Fernanda on Friday.
Of course. Done. Thank you, Professor
Okay.
Sumantra. Thank you.
Thank
Shut
you.
down the connection. Bye-bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.